Alright guys, so I think it's time to have that discussion. I'm just looking for like a nice little cute area to set it up, and then I'm going to move the blind so the sunlight could come in. I think this is a cute little setup or whatever. As I munch on this sandwich that I got off the train. So you guys, where do we begin? Yeah, let's talk about how I almost missed the flight. I keep looking there. Yeah, so my check-in time was 1:52. I got there like 1:45, quarter to 2. When I got in the airport now and I went to check in, I had my PCR test. So it was like, are you vaccinated? No. Because first let me say this flight was booked, paid for since March. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, but I don't even want to trouble them to water because they probably like $20 a bottle. Anyway, where was I got there, blah blah blah, and then she's like, are you vaccinated? No. Because prior to coming to check in, just the day before, the very same day, I checked the information and it said that all you needed was a PCR test taken within 72 hours of traveling to Panama. So when you get in Panama, the PCR test will still be valid. I can't focus. Like the day has just been a long day. Like all the, you know, that I had riled up. Like when I went to sleep, it just kind of calmed my spirit. So I don't have the rah 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 in me right now. I really don't have it. But because honestly, like I'm still grateful to have made it on the flight. I was safe and I can't really complain about it. So I'm trying to like not be as negative. So initially Guyana was on the list of countries that are high risk, right? And with that, because they were high risk, you had to like book a hotel for 3 nights quarantine. You had to book a hotel for 3 nights quarantine. At 4 hotels on the list. Good. Made a reservation, but did not send the confirmation code to my email. But the reservation was made. So when I showed up at the airport now, and I showed them the reservation, it's like, no, this is not valid. I'm like, what? How is not valid? It's like, you gotta book another reservation and get a confirmation code in order to come to Panama. I had no credit card to do that. However, lesson learned. We can figure that out. No Visa card that I could have used to do the transaction there at the airport. I don't know what I want to call this guy, but he came up to me, he's like, everything. I'm like, no. The girl like actually called, wanted to tell, actually call him because he has a credit card, so that he could like make another booking for me. The guy put me in. I it is what it is, right? Whatever. he's like, went on the website again, fill out all the information, go in and book the thing. Connection lost. I had to start the process all over again, putting in my information. So he's like, all right, he could help me by putting in his credit card information, and I book another reservation, and I have to pay him a percentage of the money. How much was the percentage? 20%. That's what he said. So the first reservation that I made was a little over $200. Now this reservation that was booked the morning of came up to almost 400 US, right? It had to be booked anyway, so it was booked, and I got the confirmation code to my email, and I gave him $75. My thoughts are just all over the place, because it's like, for a first flight experience, like, it was horrible. I mean, you would hear people talking about stories and whatnot, but it's like, when you experience it at first hand, it's like, damn, like, you just kind of feel kind of, you know, hopeless, like you don't know what to do. Like, nobody got time with you, nobody cares to assist, like, unless you giving them something. Anyway, in addition to that, I had to book in my suitcase. I had to pay for my luggage. Again, I have no credit card, so he put back his card information and he paid for the luggage, and I paid him the cash. To pay for the suitcase was $30, and his charging fee was $10. So when you really looked at it, I had to give this guy like 115 US just to book something. Okay, and then they're just like, all right, go put your bag in there, then walk around there. Like, no clear instructions of what to do. Like, nobody can really get time with you. Like, it's either you know or figure it out on your own. Anyway, I made it to the waiting area, waited, board the flight. Flight was good. I didn't freak out or anything like that. I didn't sleep at all though. Like, everybody was like, probably watching me like, why this girl looking out the window every minute? Because it's just like, wow, you know, you're just amazed. Anyway, made it to Panama, and oh my gosh, the airport is just crazy. Like, I had no idea where to go, but luckily me and another girl on the flight was looking for like the same terminal, so we kind of moved together and, you know, sorted out ourselves and got through customs. And then I went to the waiting area, waited a bit, like a few hours, and I was like, nobody checked my PCR test or anything like that. So my thing was, should I go straight to the Airbnb and not come to the hotel and do the 3-day quarantine? Like, I was trying to figure out what to do, so I was like there for about 4 hours until I just decided, like, you know what, let me just take a taxi. So when I was there in the waiting room, I clicked on the Wi-Fi, and it's like I saw there's like 30 minutes free Wi-Fi, and you could have paused it and stop it and then continue using it how you see fit. But anyway, I ended up spending out the whole 30 minutes on my phone calling home just to tell everybody that I made it safely. And then the 30 minutes went up, so I was just waiting for like a few hours after, and then I was like, you know what, couldn't get to book up Uber to pick me up and bring me to the airport. So my thing was just let me come to the hotel and cancel the reservations, both of them. But when I got here, like, that was a different situation. I couldn't cancel, I had to do the quarantine, even though on the website says that Guyana is no longer the list of high risk countries. Like, Guyana and Suriname were removed. How I know this because I kept checking ever so often to make sure that everything was set and good to go. Anyway, Guyana was removed, but I still have to do the quarantine. It just so happened that I had to keep one of the reservation, and so I'm here. I keep gazing away because the rain is about to fall. Like, anyway, no, you still gotta be thankful and grateful because, you know, I was still fortunate enough to be able to pay for the 3 nights quarantine. So it's like 3 days worth of money at the Airbnb that I was supposed to be at right now, just gone down the drain. But yeah, like earlier I was so riled up and I'm like, yo, I need to vent and this and that. But after I took a nap and I get up and it's like, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I can't do nothing about it right now. I just have to abide by the rules and regulations, and yeah, that's it for now. Like, the sun don't go down and look like the rain will fall, and then I'm gonna try and eat this sandwich until I get something better. Nutritional to eat. Me and middle of scratch me, God know me and middle of scratch me. And my grandmother tell me, said this mean money. Grandma tell me, said this mean money. And before I check out of here, on the 3rd day, I have to do another test before I check out. And it has to be negative, of course, or else I don't want to know. So I'm gonna stay in here. I cannot leave the confines of this room for 72 hours. So we can make something shake. Still grateful, still thankful. Like, this entire year has just been like a very humbling experience. Like, it just humbled me, it grounded me. Should I go take another nap? I'm thirsty. Should I call and ask how much for the water? Because I don't want to hear no ridiculous amount. I mean, at least provide food. If you're paying so much for the accommodation, at least provide food. Like, apparently the government used to do it. The government used to pay for persons to quarantine or whatever, but then they just cut it out. And I just happened to come here around that time. Lucky me. But at least pay for food. At least give us food. It should be a package. It should come with a package for the amount that you have to pay. Oh well. I'm gonna munch on this. Later, guys. What I was trying to say is that if you can bust somebody back and put salt in it, like, do that. Make a little profit, right? But don't exploit the situation. Like, I hate that. Like, I could never find myself doing something like that. And here's a prime example. Like, I had $500 for a guy because I didn't have change to give him, but I knew where he worked, right? And it's like, every time I would pass this building, like, still to this day, because he never got back the $500. Like, every time I would pass this building, it's like, this thing is just come to me mind, like, this guy, I owe this guy $500. And another incident that occurred where I had some change because I went to the shop and I didn't have change to give the person, the shopkeeper. But then I left and I went away for a while, and then when I came back, I had to go and give the guy his money. It wasn't a lot. It was like 500, like less than $1,000, because yeah, it's changed. It was like around $500, something like that. But I had to go and give it because it was on my mind for a very long time. And until I went and I gave the guy his money, like, I felt so relieved. Like, certain things I just I can't do. Like, if you can make a profit, I ain't gonna try and make a profit after you for like more than $10,000. Like, I won't be able to sleep at night. Like, it would bother me. It'd be my conscience. I'm just saying, I don't know how some people do the things they do. I just don't. I am super duper bored. Don't know what to do with myself. My hair literally unraveling by itself, like, and it's about time, guys. I am just tempted to just loose it down. Let me show you all the outside. This is not doing the job. I need to turn out the lights. But that ain't doing it justice. Is it in the light? Right. You should see better now. Here you go, guys. It was raining just now. Not just now, this afternoon it was raining. Look at the skyscrapers. Ooh. It looks pretty.
If an attacker cuts through, the wasteless will pass the defense, and they are given the freedom to use both feet.